Welcome back to another Tuesday tune-up. We're going to decompress this last weekend's intense new moon, do some tarot wisdom for the week, share some stories about what I have been up to, and I would love to hear how you guys are doing, so please share and comment, whether you're watching the replay or live. It's so fascinating for me to do this weekly reading on a regular basis, like something that's been really consistent now. I think it's been 2 months and I've gotten to see how much can change within my own self within a week. And hey girl, and I'm curious like how you guys have noticed this last weekly ripple. It's been a big one, at least for me. So yeah, whew, amazing what can unfold in a week. Last time we were here, I had just picked the Devil card and I was like, what does this even mean? Like what is gonna come up? And it was such an interesting revelatory week for me. I'll get into it in 1 second. I want to do some Palo Santo and kind of cleanse and just like settle into the space. And I invite you to like light a candle and drop in, grab a cup of tea, and make yourself comfy. And we'll get started shortly. Yeah. Chose this song because I felt like it was really appropriate for this week. Pain is going to make us better. If we can see that pain does not equal suffering, and pain is a gateway, pain is a portal. It's been a big lesson for me this week. Remembering that we have to go through the pain, transcend through the challenges, through the lessons, to ultimately get the vision and the insight and the keys to unlock sort of the next layer of our evolution. And if we can do that with love and compassion for ourselves and just enjoy the ride, I think we're pretty much I think that's really like what enlightenment is. Just seeing like it's all a process. How much can we surrender and bless the journey? Yeah. How are you doing this week, girl? I'm curious how this new moon is sitting with you and anything that's arisen for you this week. Alright, I'm gonna fade out our song here and then we'll get started. That was De La Soul with Snoop. It's a track called Pain. Pain's gonna make you better. Yeah, so I was just saying a little bit about how last week I got the Devil card as my like individual pull at the end, and I was laughing. I'm like, of course. And things I thought were going really well, but I did go into sort of a familiar pattern that can sometimes arise for me of just like self-doubt and sort of depression and sort of this this deep wound that I can't really explain but exists like within my body, like on my right lower back. And when I feel that pain, like when I'm really present with it, it feels like a screaming child. Like it's really scary, it's really painful, it's really intense. I don't even think it's from this lifetime, but some of that was coming up for me pretty much, yeah, like Thursday through Saturday. And then I felt like I was able to sort of transcend and ended up feeling like amazing coming out the other side on Sunday. A friend reached out to me. I think you were here last week, and I was, saying I'm calling in one new client to do the branding for women who are interested in building their purpose-driven businesses. And I had a friend reach out to me about one of the posts I had shared on Instagram. And just yesterday, she ended up signing up as my newest client. And I'm like, holy shit, everything that I'm saying into the universe is really manifesting. And it's such a potent time, I guess. And things are so rapidly shifting. I don't know if you're experiencing that too, but hey, Meg. So lovely. I got to talk to my dear friend Megan today for a while while I was like shopping this afternoon. And she was actually my Reiki teacher, a very wise soul who's guided me through a lot, and we got to catch up today, so that was really awesome. But I'll just invite us to go ahead and drop into our bodies, and we'll start just by taking a moment to breathe, and we'll ask Spirit for guidance for this session to bring us all into this present moment where love exists, where spirit exists, where the truth exists. And I invite in safety and trust, and I call upon my angels, guides, guardians, ancestors, beings of light, ascended masters, plant devas, and animal spirits to be with us in this reading for each of our highest good and the highest good of all. And before we jump into it, just go ahead and take a couple minutes just to feel your body breathing. See if you can place your hand over your heart and actually feel the pulse of your heart beating underneath that hand. For me, I'm noticing the vibrations of my voice coming through my chest and just being present with the fact that I'm in this human flesh vessel and channeling spirit and energy all the time. And as I open up to that and trust in this flow, I trust that I have truth and wisdom and guidance for myself and for others. And I'm curious to see what Spirit wants us to know this week, and just to listen to that as we pull some cards and see what is coming up. And I think last week our potential outcome was the 5 of coins, and it was this card that speaks to sort of a lack of self-worth and a lack of asking for the help that we need and the assistance that we need. So I hope that you took some time to reach out and receive, and to honor what your heart is needing. And we'll see what this week, what is coming through for us this week. Last week definitely felt really challenging for me personally, and it sounded like it was resonating with others who were listening to the replay and everything as well. So we'll see what is in the cards for us this week. Okay. So I'm just going to lay out the cards, and then I will turn the camera around so you guys can see what is going on here. It's already looking way more positive than last week, which is awesome. Fuck yeah. Yes, yes. Oh, hot damn. This is a really positive reading, y'all. It's funny because, like, no one's really here right now. Like, maybe this reading is just for me, but hopefully someone else gets to watch this and you're feeling this vibe too, because it's a good one. All right, so we pulled the Three of Wands as our sort of like anchor card. So this is us right now. And Three of Wands is sort of a harnessing of forces, so to speak. I imagine that this piece is spirit. This would be like Earth or Gaia or like a partner. And this is us. And together we're anchoring in, I don't know, it's not a tug of war. It's a working together to achieve like some sort of, almost like a launching effect. Like if you can imagine that the guy is pulling back, and then he's going to like launch his offering into the world with the support of spirit anchoring him and earth anchoring him. And so this card is definitely speaking to fire, to inspiration, to partnership, to working with the energy that is flowing through us and harnessing that energy with a balance of other beings. So that could be two other people. It could be spirit and earth. It could be, really it is a sort of tandem effort. And so part of us has to surrender to knowing that we can't do this alone. If we just kept pulling on the rope and there was no one anchoring it for us, we would just have a loose rope. We wouldn't be able to launch our offering out into the world. So we do need that tether and guidance from spirit, something above, and we do need that anchor point from the earth as well. So that is kind of what's present with us. That is our main anchor card. And we're being crossed by the Ace of Cups. And you guys, if you've heard me on this, sort of tarot tune-up before, I love the Ace of Cups. And cups for me really speak to the emotions and feeling realm. And the aces, many people see as new beginnings. And recently, actually today, I was listening to a tarot podcast that I love called Tarot for the Wild Soul with Lindsay Mack. And she was talking about how aces are like an offering from spirit. So that doesn't mean that necessarily we are accepting it. It means that spirit is offering us a gift. And I always see this one as like overflowing abundance. If we allow ourselves to, we can accept this gift that spirit is giving us of like this joyful, free, watery fountain and baptism. If we are willing to receive that, we can fill our cup up so much that everyone else is naturally going to bask in the overflow around us. But it's up to us to choose it and to say yes, and to drink from the cup, to swim in the cup, to surrender to the cup, to allow the cup to not only fill, but then to overflow and flow through us. So that is what is crossing us this week. And crowning us, we have the Fountain card. And the deck that I work with is called the Fountain deck. So this card is specific to this deck. It is sort of like an outlier in the major arcana. And you can see the sort of infinity loop here. This it doesn't actually have a number. This is sort of like it exists beyond the numbers. It is the infinite emptiness, and it is also the fulfillment of everything. It is, it kind of looks like the Big Bang, the black hole from which all of life is birthed, the black womb, so to speak. And this is crowning this moment. So in some way, we have been speaking our intentions into the universe. We have been trusting. We have been working with this black womb portal, and she is overseeing this moment for us. And that, to me, is really resonating strongly. I feel like so quickly what I'm saying out loud is manifesting into reality, and it's almost shocking because I've been wanting this for so long and known that it's possible, and I've had waves like this before. It just feels so almost unbelievable. It's like, of course, how could it be anything else? But then it's also like, it's just so beautiful when it's happening right in front of your eyes. And below the situation, we have the Nine of Cups. Nines are really like this sort of just this like precipice before we're complete. They are beautiful, bountiful, abundant. We see this man really smiling, whereas in other decks, the Nine of Cups, often the guy kind of looks a little bit disgruntled, like he's got all these trophies, but he's not really appreciative of what he has. He's earned so much, and yet he feels a little bit like empty. But here we're definitely feeling this, like, we're filling those cups up and we're grateful because we've been collecting these cups for so long, and now we have water to feed our village. We can use these cups to support our family. We can use these cups to give to our friends. We can have a party. It's definitely like a positive, emotional fulfillment type of card. And in the past, we have the Star, which I believe was also in the past in the last week's reading. And the Star is this card of trusting in higher guidance. And she guides us through the darkness with her gentle light. And she lets us know that everything is going to be okay. Just keep trusting me. Walk a little bit farther, one step at a time, even through the darkness. And obviously we've been doing that because we're coming out the other side, King of Coins, which is like, we are taking that advice from last week and we are receiving. Not only are we receiving, but we're receiving so much that we're creating jobs for other people. We are creating opportunities for others. We are, we see this guy who looks kind of like a fat banker, but like, kind of like that grandpa character that like, would give you money for your birthday and just love on you and dote on you. And he is abundant and wealthy in all senses. So not just, monetarily, but he has a home, a loving family, he's appreciative and grateful for the things he has. And he's not kind of like the douchebag that most, I don't know, you could see like a fat old man might look like. He's definitely more kind and grateful. And through that, he creates leadership. He creates this outward abundance that others can bask in, which seems like, it definitely echoes that Ace of Cups. We need to receive so much that we can help others to receive as well, and be that beacon of light for them to know that they are worthy to receive and to help the world. And it's interesting because we're seeing ourselves as the Queen of Cups, and she is the balance to the King. They are the two leaders of that suit. The Queen of Cups, as you can sort of see here, the Queen of Coins is like Earth Mama, blessed, luscious, sensual, grounded. She could be a business woman. She is kind of this sweet, feminine, mothery figure, but she's also all about feeling good and trusting your body. She's really a card of listening to that embodiment and the physical realm to guide us on our path. And so while she is more internal, we are shifting into this more external expression of that. So as we are listening to our bodies and stretching and moving and allowing the stuff to arise that maybe is uncomfortable, and then working through it, dancing with it, we're making space to support others through that journey as well. And others are seeing us as the Nine of Wands. They're seeing us as so close to reaching our pinnacle, to reaching our peak. They see the journey that we've been on for so long, climbing our rungs of the pyramid. So for me, this is echoing in terms of career, but also this could be in terms of relationship, in loving yourself. This could be, it's definitely in the fire realm with the wands, but it's like your passions, something that you've been moving towards that makes you feel alive and excited and fiery. And people are seeing that you're on your path, you're doing it, they're respecting you, and you're almost at the very top. You're really surpassing what others have done before and creating new pathways. Our hopes and fears this week, we have the Six of Cups. And this is a beautiful card that speaks to a tenderness and reflection with almost like a childlike innocence within us, as we are remembering the dreams that we had as a child, pieces of ourselves, memories. We are taking some time to sit with and honor. Maybe it's not someone else, but maybe it's just a part of ourself. This card tends to speak of sort of nostalgia and past times, and for many of us that can be challenging. We have some deep wounds that need to be looked at very tenderly and loved. And so while this is our hope to have this moment of reflection and nurturing our inner child, it also might bring up some fears that our inner child is scared. She's scared of not being enough. She's scared of simultaneously being seen and not being seen. She wants to hide. There could be so much within this, but there's some tender part of us that is wanting to be sat with gently, as if you were to have a cup of tea with your 8-year-old self and just ask her what she needs and be present with her and listen to her the way that maybe no one has before. And as we do that, we come to our potential outcome here, 10 of Coins. So another super positive, abundant card. And Lindsay Mack from the Wild Soul Tarot that I was mentioning before, she talks about this card as sort of the harvest card. So we've gathered all these things that we've grown and tended to for so long, and then it becomes time to look at what is really working for us, what we want to keep, and what it's time to let go of. Because as we come to the 10s, there's a sense of completion and wrapping up, and then we're about to begin, again at the aces. So the 9s are almost more of the fulfillment of a card, and the 10s are the wrapping up and moving on, in a way. So the card here is really speaking to something has come to the end of a cycle, and we've made our way through. It could be feeling really positive, or it could be really not feeling so positive, but there is a sense of completion here. And it's time to lay it all out, to look at what we want to store away to work with and what we need to re-gift, to donate, to really embrace and work with. And that could be in terms of career, relationships, just lessons that we're learning. So I invite you to take some time to sit with that. I'm laughing to myself because I just went through a lot of clothes like I tend to do every season, and my closet is like a disaster right now, but I'm about to go through it tonight and do that exact thing. Just like lay it all out, sort through what I want to keep, what is resonating with me. We think about Marie Kondo and picking up every item and feeling, does it spark joy? And we can do that, psychologically with friendships in our life. Does this friendship spark joy, or does this friendship literally drag me down every time that I'm interacting with this person? Does this relationship spark joy, or does it, again, like weigh me down? Where am I overgiving? Where am I feeling really grateful to be able to give in balance and it feels good? There definitely feels like there's a call to listen to our bodies as all of this sort of water energy was coming up with 1, 2, 3 cups. Well, we have, and then all the coins as well, really speaking to embodiment and being in our bodies and listening to what feels good and what doesn't. Can you actually honor that? Can you give space to trust that you actually can listen to that, and you can slow down enough to be with that rather than coming from the mind and trying to rush around and fix everything the way that you think it should be instead of what actually feels right in your body and in your heart and your emotions. So that is our general reading for the week. And I don't know if I got cut off, but my girlfriends who were on here both popped off at the same time. So I don't know if anyone is still here, if anyone wants a card pulled or not. I might pull one for myself. If you're here, comment and I will share a card with you. Otherwise, I'll just post this early and hopefully whoever missed it can watch the replay, and please share your comments. And just sending you a lot of love. It sounds like we all went through a lot of really beautiful shifting this week, and it definitely, I'm proud of us, So, hey Maya, I'm just pulling tarot cards if you would like a tarot card pulled. I just finished a collective reading that I'm going to post on Instagram after this. No worries, Do you want a card pulled for you? Because the other girls popped off early. And I was just about to pull some cards. Perfect timing. Okay, cool. Alright. Alright, so asking for a card for Maya for her highest good and the highest good of all. Okay, so the 8 of Cups is coming up. And this is a card about walking away from things that are no longer serving you, that don't feel good anymore, even though maybe you've been building them for a long time and filling these cups up. If it's not feeling right anymore, whether this is in terms of career or relationships or, just like little things inside of you, you'll know like what, something that you've been feeling lately that just is feeling like it's depleting you, something that maybe once fulfilled you. It's saying that it's time, even though a part of you might want to hold on to all these cups and all of the structure that you've built with them. If it's not feeling right anymore and it's depleting you, it's time to walk away from that. So it's not really the easiest card, but it does come with a beautiful dose of medicine. So I'm not sure if that resonates with you at all, but that is what popped up for you, my love. I could try to pull another one too, see what else wants to come through. She says, okay. Yeah, I don't know if that's really resonating at all, but you'll know what it is. Like, don't stress if it's like not a big thing, because often it can be a little thing. Sometimes it's showing us where we need to set boundaries. So it could be, she says, I've let go of a lot since this pandemic. Yeah, it's not necessarily like letting go. It's kind of, and I feel you. Like, we're all being asked to like release so much right now, but maybe it's something that once served you and that you felt good doing, but is now kind of depleting you. So it could be like a little thing. It could be something like, I don't know what your situation is with your kids, but if it's like draining you to drive them to school and you're like, you know what, I'd rather just homeschool them because it doesn't feel right anymore. Or I used to grocery shop and now I feel like I want to order stuff on Instacart. It could be like such a not super big thing, but something is asking you to look at it and just honor maybe where you are getting depleted in things, and then, hi love, and then call in the strength to just walk away from the things that might be, okay, she says, super resonates, awesome. No, everyone's hopping on, this is so funny. So, hey y'all, hi Claire, hi Em. So I'm pulling tarot cards. I finished the collective reading, but if y'all would like a individual card, I will be happy to pull one for you. So just shoot me like a little comment if you want. Claire, you want a card? Claire owns a really cool, okay, the little things. Yeah, that's what I felt like for you, Maya. It wasn't a big thing. It was definitely like a more subtle thing, but it was sort of a boundary setting, like really just listening, because you don't need to pour your cup out to other people. You need to keep filling up your cup and letting yourself feel so good that naturally other people will benefit just by being around you, just by basking in the overflow of your cup. And so it's more a little thing. It didn't feel like a big thing, like a breakup or anything like that. So don't stress. Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, Claire owns Inspiration Point in Buffalo, and it's a great place to get tarot cards or incense or crystals, and she's just got a wealth of knowledge. So she's a cool resource if you guys haven't been there. Whoops. Okay, so just focus. Asking for a card for Claire for her highest good and the highest good of all. Claire, you got the Hermit card. So I don't know, obviously this speaks to going inward and to taking some time to really sit in the sort of darkness and listen to what it is that wants to come in through you for your benefit and for the benefit of the community that you will ultimately bring back as sort of this, light or this lantern for others in their time of need as well. And it could be for others, but ultimately it's for you first. So taking some time for you and knowing who you are, always helping others and being that beacon for others. I'm wondering if you're taking time for yourself to sit in solitude and to really feel what wants to be channeled through you, because you do have such a gift. And maybe there's something that wants to be written or heard through you and for you. So I'd invite you to take some time whenever it feels good. Like some people like to sit before they fall asleep at night. I used to sit like just in the end of my bed and just close my eyes and breathe for 10-20 minutes before I'm falling asleep. Or, you know, first thing in the morning, taking some time for yourself to stretch and light some incense and listen before you start your day. But it definitely feels like prioritizing you and going inward to get the answers to maybe something that you're trying to resolve or get some clarity on. And also I'm feeling for you like something kind of wanting to be birthed through you, but that you might need some time to really sit with what that is before it comes through. So, okay. It's so funny, everyone's popping on now. I love this. Hi, Gayatri. Cool. Yeah, Em, I'm going to pull a card for you too. I was laughing because I did the entire collective reading just like no one was here. So it was like a reading for me, but it was perfect because I've been using this weekly reading as a reflection for myself too. So it was actually really nice. But the replay will also be posted on Instagram once I'm done too. And it was a really positive one too. Ooh, just finished rehearsal. Gayatri does this amazing choreography and dancing for Devi Bollywood. It's a company that she owns, and they do these amazing like annual performances, and she does classes online and stuff. So if you need some Bollywood movement in your life, she will spice you up. Okay, so pulling a card for M for her highest good and the highest good of all. And M is an amazing apothecary herbalist. And I just found out that she's having a baby, and she posted it online, so I'm not like letting anything go too soon, but I'm so excited for her. Okay, so what does M need to know today? You got the Fool. And M also does tarot reading and astrology. She's wonderful. So the Fool, I mean, take that leap, girl. I don't know what you might be sitting on that needs to be leapt into, but it could be a sign if you're, you know, nervous about the pregnancy, that it's like, keep trusting, it's happening, like go with it. But it could also be maybe like a new, I don't know, a new lifestyle, a new way of being, a new way of looking at things. I mean, you're about to be a mom, so it definitely seems like there's a whole new journey that you're definitely leaping into, which is really exciting. And yeah, I'm curious how the Fool is landing with you, but you know, staying innocent at heart, staying light and childlike in yourself without taking on maybe too much stress as you are shifting into this role of responsibility, staying lighthearted and being mothering to yourself, being like that tender, open-hearted, gentle essence within yourself too. So I hope that is landing with you, M. And hey, Josh. Hi, Vinny. I'm laughing so hard because I was literally on here for like 20 minutes by myself doing a tarot reading, and now like everyone's jumping on here. It's so funny. But would you all like a tarot card pulled for you? Because you dropped on right in time, and I will be happy to pull a card for you. Gayatri, I'm going to pull one for you. Oh, and I'm so glad that it lands with you. Yeah, good. Okay, so pulling a card for Gayatri for her highest good and the highest good of all. You got the Hermit too. Holy moly. This, like, I don't know, I haven't seen the Hermit card in a while, and Claire just got this too. Definitely seems like a time to be going inward and listening. Really taking some time to sit in the quiet and access your guides, access your higher self. It could be that something wants to be channeled through you, or maybe there's some decision that you're on the precipice of making, and it's asking you to seek the answers within. Claire says she knew it was going to come up again. That's so wild. Bizarre. And then ultimately, then you carry that light within you as you seek that, and you are that lantern bringing it back to the community. So sometimes I say that because so many of us are often thinking of everyone else first, and it's just another way to encourage you to recognize that when you do put yourself first, you're ultimately helping everyone else around you so much. And it's so important to start with yourself so that you have the energy to give back to everyone else around you. So, Hermit, yeah, I mean, it seems like it's getting to be that season, which is crazy. I always think of winter as like hermit time. At least I've become mostly a hermit, but we've all been kind of hermiting this whole year, so yeah, it's interesting. Anyone else? Josh, you want a card? Vinny, you want a card? Gayatri says she loves it. She definitely gets that card a lot. Interesting. Yeah, I haven't seen Hermit in a while, so it's interesting, yeah. I've been very kind of the opposite of Hermit lately, where I'm like in kind of extroverted, like output mode, and it's feeling really good because I spent a lot of my life in Hermit mode, and I appreciated it. Oh, well, I'm so glad you're here. He says, Josh says, thank you, just wanted to say peace. Cool. Hermit sisters. Well, I'm going to pull a card for myself then, because I'm curious what wants to come through for me. Yeah. How's everyone feeling after this, like, new moon weekend and, like, Mars retrograde, Mercury retrograde? Did you guys feel the intensity of that portal coming out the other side? I'm curious. Feel free to, like, post in the comments how you're doing. It's been a bit of an interesting, I feel like I got like sucked into sort of like some dark spaces and then like popped through the other side and kind of like, yeah, M says icky. Yeah. It was definitely, I mean, it's still going on, but it's been icky. Yeah, that's fair, for sure. I can imagine you're also experiencing morning sickness, so that's probably challenging as well, but yeah. Yeah, I went into some dark places on Saturday and then felt like I was able to transcend and shift through it. And then I had a friend reach out to me today who said she was in ceremony with ayahuasca on Saturday, and I came through in the journey, and she was like purging for both of us, and I was like, oh shit, that makes so much sense. Josh says, pull a card for me. Jeez, you're very demanding over there. I will pull one for you. M says, definitely more hormonal too with this lunation. Very heavy. Yeah. Yeah, it was an intense one, and it was a super moon, I guess, the closest the moon had been to us all year. Claire says, yes, I feel like I'm on the other side of something, gaining clarity and direction. That's where I'm at right now too, but I was definitely in the ickiness previously. And Maya says, I've been dissociated different this week. The negative is overwhelming. Oh, I'm sorry you're feeling challenged, but I played this song Pain by De La Soul that like Snoop Dogg raps on, and basically the chorus says, pain gonna make you better, give me no excuses, pain gonna make you better. What's the other line? I'm forgetting it right now. But like, this came up for me so strongly last week, was that pain does not equal suffering. Suffering is a choice that we make to choose that sort of despair and victim perspective, and it's so human, and I'm not judging at all, because I was totally there, and I go into that place on a regular basis every day. But it's a good reminder to hear that, like, what if this discomfort and these challenges are here for us to help us to transcend and shift into a whole other awareness and a whole other level of reality and of evolution. It's pushing us with that discomfort to like birth us, like shift us out of something that needs to be transcended. So with deep compassion, I am sending you so much love, and just a reminder to that it will shift, and whether or not you are actively choosing to come out the birth canal or you need to get pushed, it's all okay, because the laws of nature will eventually shoot you right out the other side. The stuff that comes through me sometimes, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying. You're a mom. All right, Josh, we're gonna pull a card for you. Okay, so asking for a card for Josh for his highest good and the highest good of all. Ooh, we got the Sun card, and this card is about illumination, and we've just gone through the Moon card in terms of like the flow of the major arcana. So we've just come out of a period of darkness where our intuition was tested on all levels. We had to surrender and really go deep. So with deep honor, I say you followed, the star and the light out through, and now you're in a position to see things more clearly. And typically this card can really speak to, a feeling of relief after going through a dark night of the soul, or just literally just a dark night, and a sense of like regathering our bearings so that we can see what is around us and what needs to be done. And it also can have a joyful, playful energy with it. We see like a kid on a swing, but it doesn't mean that it's always going to be like a happy, fun card. Sometimes the lights come on and we're still like feeling challenged or unsure if it's even safe to run around and have fun, because we just went through a lot. So the sun, may it be gentle and warming to you and remind you of how beautiful life can be and how much you are worthy of receiving the soft light on your skin and soaking it up just like the trees and the animals, and be open to receiving this gift that is coming through for you. I hope that resonates with you, Josh. Okay. Oh, hey, girl. We're just pulling cards. I was just about to pull one for myself, so I was like, well, no one else is here. Everyone keeps hopping on at the right time. I love it. Would you like a card pulled for you? I'm going to pull one for myself real quick, and then once I see your response, you'll probably pick one for yourself. Oh, she says, yay! Okay, cool. All right. I'll pull one for myself. No. I'm trying to think if I should. Yeah, I think I should pull one for myself, because I kept talking about putting ourselves first. And so this will be a, what is it, like when you're walking the talk? Yeah, walking the talk. So I'm going to just do this real quick, and then I'll pull one for you too. Okay. Okay, so pulling a card for my highest good. Offering a message for my highest good and the highest good of all. Ooh, Knight of Coins. And this feels really resonant for me, you guys. Last week I was on here and I was like, I really want to call in like one more woman to take on sort of like this business coaching that I'm doing. And I'm calling it vocation activation for women who are like stepping into their purpose-driven businesses and they want support with like logo design and branding and website development and like packaging what it is that they're offering so that they feel confident and comfortable putting it out into the world, making the money, and being able to finally share the things that their heart has been calling them to create for so long. So I got a new client yesterday and I signed them, and she reached out like from one of my posts, and I'm feeling like, holy shit, this is actually working. I'm doing it. And I keep showing up on here, and it's funny, like I just take 1 hour a week to like hang out and pull tarot cards, but then people, message me and they hear it, and it's funny how these little ripples spread. So if you're feeling called to create something or birth something in terms of like, a business or a product, feel free to like reach out to me, and I would love to support you through that, because that feels like my gift to help. I've got like all these different backgrounds, like coaching and massage and reiki and energy, and then I'm like have my artist self and I love to create beautiful things, and now it's like, oh, I can put them all together and use my sort of like business savvy to help these amazing people make money and like share their gifts with the world. So it feels great. So I'm excited about that. So that feels like it's, oh, thank you. I just had to like toot my own horn for a second. Maya says your ripples are spreading love. Yay, that makes me so happy. I know that that's like what we're all meant to do, because we're all one. So as I do that and embrace that, I know that you guys are doing it too. Oh, we should totally talk, girl. Alright, let's see what wants to come through for you. Okay, so pulling a card for Jamie for her highest good and the highest good of all. Oh, we got Temperance. I love this card. This card like really speaks to angelic support, to taking things that you have and creating something new. So like in one hand you have A and the other hand you have B. When you put them together, it doesn't make A, B, it makes like X. It's like this whole other thing when you allow the angelic support to alchemize your offering, and the pieces that you have. It really speaks to that like evolutionary leap that is beyond human understanding, because we think, oh, if we take this and this, it's like, obviously this is all I have. I just have these two things. And it's saying like, actually no, because there's so much more than what you can see. So what is happening is this alchemizing and this making of something new. So it's really a beautiful card of receiving that support to alchemize maybe things that have been difficult or hard, or even things that are really good, but they can be like that much greater and reach, that many more people, or spread those ripples even more. And it's definitely like a very feminine card, like softening and opening. So I would invite you to call on your guides or angels or support systems this week and to ask them to assist you in whatever it is that you're alchemizing and transforming this week. So we'll leave that with you. And this is so funny. I thought I was gonna wrap up at like 8:20 when I finished the reading, but it was a really positive one, you guys. So if you're curious, right after I finish this, I'll post the replay on my profile and on my story, so you can watch the reading that came through. But it was basically speaking to a harnessing of forces, really working with spirit, working with the earth, and allowing ourselves to receive. Those feel like the biggest messages that are coming through right now. And Jamie says, I felt lots of assistance lately, so that's so spot on. Thank you. Oh, that's so awesome. I have too. It's crazy. It's like, I don't know. We're on this path, and sometimes we feel like we're doing so much work and then getting little output, and then other times it's like it feels effortless and it's just unfolding beautifully, and it surprises us. It's so interesting. But I am so grateful to share this space with all of you. I can't wait until we can all be together in person again and dance again. I miss dancing with you all. Maya says, working with our village and community. I'm not sure what that was referring to, but I think like, yeah, working with our village and community. Yeah, feeling called to continue spreading those ripples, because it's funny how ripples work. Like if you imagine a ripple going around a globe, eventually the ripple is going to like come all the way, it'll pass the other side and come all the way back up and affect you. So the more we can fill our own cup and let that the spirit just flow through us and overflow, the more that we can ultimately receive ourselves and support everyone else around us. So it feels so good to be here with you all, and just to take a time, a little bit, an hour once a week, and just encourage each other. And when I was mentioning feelings of assistance from Jamie. Oh, cool. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you all for being here, and shoot me a message if you are needing some extra support. I'm always here for, tarot readings, or if you know someone who's starting a business or has an amazing business already, but it's on the back burner and they haven't brought it into the world, that's what I'm here for, is to help assist them in that. And I'll do a little quick teaser. I'm super excited, you guys. I took a huge leap, was it yesterday or Sunday too, and rented a gorgeous house in Ashland, North Carolina, for the entire month of March. And the house fits up to, it's like 8 to 10 people. It was like the most money I've ever put on my credit card all at once. It was very scary. But my intuition is telling me yes, and I also checked to make sure I could get a refund in case COVID spikes. But I am planning on hosting 1 or 2 retreats while I'm there. One will be most likely a women's only retreat, and one will possibly be a co-ed like dance retreat, or the other 2 weeks that I'm there more solo, I want to invite other artists and creators to come down and take like a sabbatical, if you can work from home anyways, and just help me cover the rent and be there. And we could all like co-create together during the day, like be kind of doing our own things, but like make dinners together at night. And there's a hot tub, and it's 30 minutes from Asheville, North Carolina. And it's stunning. The views are just gorgeous. It's on 50 acres of land. There's like walking trails and hiking trails. I made sure that my dog can come, so it's like there'll be a sweet little puppy there. She's not a puppy, but she's like 3 years old. And lots of love, comfy beds, bathtubs. It's gonna be dope. So I'm posting the info soon. I'm kind of still figuring out exactly what will happen in terms of the retreats, like what the dates they'll run and stuff like that. But I'm basically gonna make it as affordable as possible, so that I just cover the time being there, because I tend to fall into seasonal affective disorder. And I'm like, why don't I just rent a house somewhere for a month, like where there's a little bit more sunshine and I can hike and get away from the snow for the entire month of March. So pretty proud of myself. I'm taking the leap, guys. So yeah, stay in touch, and we're gonna have so much fun together. I think I'm like running out of time here, so I'm gonna pop off. And we'll talk soon. Stay tuned, y'all. I'll see you here again next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Sending lots of love. Yeah, you could totally bring kids for a while. That would be so much fun. Yes, and I'll just make sure that everyone gets like COVID testing ahead of time so we make sure we're really safe. And, you know, if people want to wear masks, they can wear masks and, you know, stuff like that. But it's gonna be great. And I think we all need this right now. So, yay! Okay, lots of love, everyone. Okay, I'll see you next week. Ciao!